Hargreaves, chance for Torquay! Chris Hargreaves, the captain! If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Sells!
Hello, welcome to the latest episode of the Gull'S Eye View, brought to you by Galaxy TQ. That's as happy as I will be for the whole of this video, and enthusiastic. I'm joined by Tom.
Good evening.
Dom.
Good evening, guys. Good evening.
Chris can't be with us, but I believe he'll have a voice note for us later. If not, he'll be back next week, hopefully. Yeah, we'll put it at the end. It's going to be similar to ours. I'll start about Southend first. Start about Southend. I pulled out last minute because
you didn't go, did you?
Other things come up, and then I saw the starting lineup and went, yeah. So no, I didn't watch it, but I still shared everyone's frustrations. I wish I'd had that thought process last night as well, actually. I'd be a lot happier today if I didn't go, I don't think. Anyway, you two are there. Well, go on then, Tom. How did it go on Saturday?
Well,
Tom had his free season ticket, didn't he? So
I know, yeah. Typical.
Tell us about that one for a start. How did that one go? Any difficulties getting into the site you wanted in?
Bless my mum. She won a competition on Twitter for a couple of season tickets.
Second prize was 4 season tickets, I think.
That's right, yeah. They were for the family stand. I mean, obviously, like the worst bit in the family stand, right in the corner. I've not been in the family stand for a good 15 years now, so I wasn't going to change that. And they wouldn't transfer them over. Not like it was sold out or anything. Just completely. No, can't do anything. You've got to either take the seats or pay for new tickets. So probably send them back eventually. And good news that Southend seem to have paid off their tax bill and going to survive. Yeah. So well done. As for the game itself, I mean, it's just, you could rinse and repeat that performance 20 times this season. From what I can recall, first half wasn't a great half.
First half was absolutely tragic, Tom.
Thank you. There was just no quality from either side. I mean, Southend probably had the better of the play, but the goal we conceded was just dreadful. What on earth are we doing on the training field? And again, I just feel like we say this pretty much every week. Just we don't seem to be improving, and we're not learning from past mistakes. It's just getting worse.
Apart from Jarvis, he's getting better.
Yeah, it was just, again, you go a goal down. You look at what we had on the bench. We weren't gonna be able to bring much on in terms of attacking threat. Really, I mean, Mensah, awful. Yeah. He made me miss Crow. That's how bad I thought his first half was. Second half, again, we were battling, but it was quite uninspiring. And then 5 minutes from time, we get the equaliser, and you think we're going to get a point from this. And then in the 90th minute, free kick, instead of just having a shot at goal, there's a little tap on it, and then hits the wall. McGavin's free kick hits the wall, and then we're caught on the break. And literally, what the absolute is wrong with us? Not one person can make a challenge. Literally, it was like 3-on-2. Just
I was like I wasn't else, but when I saw that goal, how many games has Gary Johnson managed in football? How many
hundreds
at 1-1 when you have been a very vital point? I get going for a win. We need to win. Like last time, we had to win it. But are you all right? Leaving, I mean, I know the players have got to show some common sense. Leaving, what was it, 1 player back, 2 players back?
It'd be all right if we didn't have the slowest team in the league. I mean, McGavin tried to chase him. McGavin tried to chase him and looked like a racehorse that I'd backed to Newton Abbott a few times. You know, he couldn't run, could he? Donlan backtracked far enough that I thought he was going to fall into the away end. Yeah. I mean, that goal was just absolute garbage.
It's shambolic, and if it wasn't for what happened last night, then it's just comical.
I think what was noticeable from the start against Southend is that the Dorking game had taken the wind out of our sails, hadn't we? It was only 1 week before we played so well against Barnet.
Yeah,
we just looked like a different team. The confidence had drained out of us, and we just couldn't do anything in the first half. We had Mensah on the right wing back. But God only knows reason. He's only played 20 minutes. He's what an absolute garbage selection by Gary Johnson.
Is Car injured? Or was he just
I don't know.
No one will ever know, will we?
What are you doing with that selection? Putting him at wing back. You had Dylan De Silva on the left wing back, so he was completely invisible. And the tactics just absolutely bemused me from an experienced manager again.
I have no idea what our game plans are anymore. No idea.
And so many long balls went up to the little chap up front. Give it up to Topi, who had this big chap over him. It was the same last night. Topi's not had a great couple of games, but he's getting so many balls where he's having to try and win it against a 6'4" guy.
The one time Tope I'm not skipping to the game yet, did well last night. He didn't have a good game last night either.
No.
When they played it to his feet.
Yeah.
Why are we he's a small man, why are we playing long ball? Oh my God, I get to last night, but just in general, such
Gary Hoofball
is literally the worst. I've never enjoyed, I've never been so annoyed at a team it's on part of the Gary Hours one.
I said to somebody last night that they almost have tunnel vision, don't they? They don't see a pass left or right.
No, it's unbelievable.
They play it straight. It's so predictable, and it's straight, true. The defender gets a leg on it, back it comes.
Appalling. This team is appalling. But still, an appalling team can still actually get a few results out and get out of trouble. You have to be a special kind of bad to get relegated from this division, as we've seen. Because Bromley were not a good team last night. They're functional, of course. They're pretty solid, but they've got some good players. But
you know what you're going to get with Bromley.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And none of these teams are great.
No.
Bromley are well organised, aren't they? They grabbed the first goal and they'll defend and they'll get numbers. They got a few half decent players. They got enough to beat us, unfortunately. But Southend played well on Saturday. Credit to them. I feel sorry for their plight. So it's good to see they are going to survive. But it was unfortunate to see our supporters trying to wind them up.
Oh yeah, there was a lot wrong on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that.
The atmosphere is terrible at Playmore now. I know it's not the greatest, at the best of times at the moment, but I really felt on Saturday. I guess the singers they've all moved down towards the away end now, but it just kills the atmosphere. You don't hear anything, and unfortunately, there was some rather childish chance of you going bust in the morning or something to that regard. And it's not on, and both sets of supporters kind of let their clubs down a little bit to that extent. It all kind of kicked off. The club is just
support the team, Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, focus on your team.
They seem to be so focused on the away supporters. As soon as they have more than 200,
it's just like keyboard warriors in real life, isn't it? It's all about ratio in real life.
Let's not forget Southend players. Up until that game, hadn't been paid for 2 months, but yet they looked well up for it.
They were more motivated. They had a better game plan. They played better football. They should have won by 2 or 3 goals because we only played well for about 10 minutes. So
5. We only played well for 5, and that was when we got the equaliser.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden,
any result would have flattered us that day. So there's no excuses.
And we still managed to find a way of ruining it.
Yeah, and that's the annoying thing is we're self-destructing, and it's our own fault. You look at the 3 games we've just had.
We're not playing well, but we still should have had a lot of points,
Yeah.
That's it. We're doing enough. We should be able to get some results, but we don't concentrate after scoring. We almost have a brain freeze, don't we? Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, honestly, so stupid. Chris has sent me through his also. If this works, right, then we can do a bit of a talk sport thing. You're going to tell me how well you can hear this. So listen to Chris. This is going to be like talk sport.
Come on, Chris.
Hi there, everyone. Chris Wade here. Sorry I can't be on the recording this week, which I'm sure you'll all be upset about, but just a few thoughts from me on the situation at the minute. Desperately disappointing on Tuesday, as it was on Saturday, really. I didn't think we deserved to lose the game on Tuesday, but the desperate lack of quality in the final third is killing us at the moment, isn't it? Clear chances, didn't take them, and then we just find a way to lose games. We find a way to lose poor goals through individual mistakes, through silly tackles, through poor decision making, and it's why we're where we are. Disappointing to have got no points from these 2 games, but if you look at the league table, it's not all done. There is opportunity there. There's games that we can win, but they're games that we've got to go and win, and that looks challenging at the minute. We need 5 wins from 13 games, 12 if you take the Wrexham game out, because you don't want to be going into that needing anything. The atmosphere was pretty difficult, pretty toxic by the end of the game last night. I don't see that Johnson will get sacked. I don't know even if it's the right thing to do, because I think we're probably too far gone into the season for it to make any massive difference. The chances of getting a new manager in, signing a couple of players, and it making enough of a difference to stay up at this point is probably not that high as a percentage. But I guess it's, do we take that punt and hope for the best, or do we stick with what we've got and see through the commitment that the owners have clearly got towards Gary all the way through? So difficult times, but just got to go into the next game. The next game becomes even more important because it's a game that's against a side around us who we can draw into the relegation fight. But we've got to go to some of these away games and win. We're going to have to go to Aldershot. We're going to have to go to Gateshead, Scunthorpe. These are games that we need to win now. And if we are good enough to stay up, we'll win them. And if we're not, we won't. And that, I think, is pretty cut and dried at the minute. So challenging week, but hopefully we can go there, get a win on Saturday. See you all soon. Thanks.
That was so professional.
Very good.
We'll do that every week from now on, don't we?
Yeah.
Rather we can speed up though. I should talk about this.
Speak for me on the situation. It's really disappointing on Tuesday, as it was on Saturday. Really, I didn't think we deserved to lose the game on Tuesday, but the desperate lack of quality in the final third is good.
Anyway, very professional.
I mean, Bromley, we played a bit better, didn't we? I mean, we did deserve a result.
We were the better team last night, I think. Chances. I mean,
marginally the better team, Sam, but we were 1-0 down, so we.
But it's such a relegation. No, even before the goal, it's such a relegation team performance, though, isn't it? Like, we didn't play too badly. Yeah, but when Lewis Collins gets put through on 1-on-1, it's a stanchion at the top of the stadium.
That's what you get. They had chances as well, though, didn't they?
Also made a couple of okay saves and all that, and then the start and that goal.
Yeah.
Oh, that first goal.
He only glanced it. I mean, it must be the softest header to go in the corner I've ever seen. Somebody move.
Move.
You know what annoyed me more? I think it was preventing the corner. That was the issue before. Because I think also could come for it's a weird ball in the air. Everyone's like looking at each other.
And can we rewind to our corner 2 minutes before that when McGavin played it out?
Oh my God! Mate.
Let's remind you here. McGavin played it to somebody, and the guy played it back, and he was offside.
Offside.
And even if he wasn't offside, he still didn't pass it in first time like he should have done. It was just absolute nightmare, isn't it?
And you've got McGavin. Like if he walking football would be his prime because he actually can hit a good ball. Like he's quite got some technical ability, which makes him even more annoying.
Yeah, it's the running thing.
It's the running and not having, and he has way too much time all the time. It takes too long.
He doesn't do anything first time this time, did he? He had a chance first half to put a cross in, and he ended up sort of dribbling past 2 players. I don't know how he got through.
Oh my God! When Lapsy went off injured, that central midfield in general was shocking. And the defense isn't horrific.
McGavin doesn't win any challenges, though, did he? I counted about 5 50-50s every time the ball would come out of the Bromley guy. He's got no strength, not enough determination. He's just he's a shadow of the sort of player we actually need, isn't he?
And yet we seem to be playing around McGavin. Like he seems to be central to everything we do. It's just
I believe I called him the Vauxhall insignia of the midfield when he had a couple of good games.
Such is the confidence in other midfielders, though, when you've got Ryan Hansen not trusted and you haven't got anybody else.
I mean, he's just an academy kid who's lost. That's how he plays. I know he played a lot of games for Dover, but do you reckon with Hansen? Because there's a question there. You know, in pre-season, like we're going to be off topic here before we get back to the game. Saying the other day, when we beat Exeter 1-0, when Alsted had the game of his life, or he's had a few of them this year. Remember Hansen? Well, he headbutted Jack Sparks. And in any other game we've got sent off because it's a friend, he got a yellow. Do you reckon something there just changed him a bit as a player? Because you would have to be a bit of I'm going to be a good, confident player to headbutt someone. Well, you don't have to. You know what I mean? It takes a pre-season friendly. I reckon that it's just karma maybe, but like there's something maybe changed there because it's just a nothing player.
I just don't know what he is, Sam.
I don't know what is he. I don't think he's a deep line playmaker. He's not a holding tackler.
He can't pass. He's got no strength. He can't tackle. He can't run. He can't shoot. I mean, what?
At least McGavin could put a decent ball, and you think he could be a bit of a deep line playmaker almost. But like, you can't do it.
There's very few players that you can look at and go, they got nothing.
There's very few players. I think next season, they'll be all right in the South.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust them in the South. Look what we had in the South last time. We had Asa Hall,
I wouldn't trust any of them in the Southern Prem, Sam. Let alone
I
the National League
agree.
South.
I generally agree with you. Like, there's much better players in the South, in the Southern Prem.
But it's not just the standard players letting us down. For the goal last night, the winning goal, it was Holstead and Donlan.
Oh my God, we'll get to that in a minute.
A bit more reliable.
We need a build up to that. But Sam's still a bit calm.
Yeah. At least McGavin got one of his set pieces correct. I mean, a good ball in, but for Jarvis to get in on at the end on. No, I think a point would have been a fair result, really.
Yeah, we had to win it. If I'm honest, I didn't celebrate much on the goal win. There's a few things because I felt at 0-0, we weren't looking all right in the first half. That's a weird feeling in me when I'm like, if we score, I think, oh God, we've got to defend and we're going to throw that away. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like that. Yeah, I just didn't really celebrate much when we scored. It's like we have to win. I
don't know. So we sort of celebrated, but it was a half sort of.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I don't know about you two. I just had the feeling all game it was like, especially when we had our moments in the first half, I just thought we're not going to go ahead here. We're going to fall behind, and I hate to have that sort of losers mentality. But how many times have we had to chase games this season? Far too often. And you
could feel it on Bristol.
You could feel it
last night. Very subdued feeling around.
It was awful in the pop.
Felt like we were sort of giving up a bit. The fans last night. I was up, jumping up, shouting around about, but very few people were.
The first one was a bit. I mean, me and Chris were absolutely done over at the ref for booking Jarvis, and then he was an arrogant. He's not the reason we lost, and then they've gone over the top of the ball and only got a card. And one of those arrogant, I'd say on behalf of Chris, one of those arrogant new refs who don't talk to your players. He's just like, I'm the boss here, and he's shit.
That's interesting. I thought he was all right from what He was a bit slow to get the cards out for them, but once he got the first yellow for Bromley,
there's a few things that like Jarvis getting battered. There's nothing, and how
that was a nothing card for Jarvis.
Yeah. But then that's an issue because he's got to hold that card for 80 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was. I've tried to get sent off.
But it's up to us to play football and concentrate, isn't it? I saw on the bench Gary Johnson and Aaron Downs constantly berating the fourth official rather than looking at what their team is doing. Concentrate on the pitch.
No, I agree, it doesn't help.
And when we concentrated on playing football second half, keep the ball down, spread it wide. Suddenly we had a bit of attack, didn't we? When we getting down the left and we played some football.
Yeah, when we kept it on the ground, when we kept it on the ground, we were all right. And again, I still maintain, I think when we do keep it on the ground, we're one of the better footballing sides around. But
it's almost like Plan A is go direct, but Plan A doesn't work. So we should just forget that and play football. That's the only thing we can do.
But you get yourself back into the game and you think, right, let's not throw this away like we did against Southend. And 2 minutes later.
I mean, let's just wind it back a bit. Honestly, like the corners come in. I still can't believe it's happened. By the way, I've seen a lot. Like, I know we're bad, very bad.
I can believe it happened.
Really bad.
It's talky, Sam. I can believe it.
Professional adults have done this. So we've somehow not conceded. House has somehow got the ball from that thing, and it's just like dodged the bullet there. Now the people are getting on the House's back for not taking their goal kicks quick enough, which is fair enough. And that Lewis chance come from a very good House kick where Toke showed any real quality because he got the ball down and played through Collins. And oh my God! So I can see it. Roll it out quick, I can see it is logic, of course, and then he hasn't seen that bloke that shocking, of course. Stuff. Anyway, so you think from there, relax, keep it calm. We've made a bit of an error here. Mark your men, clear it, get it done. Sean Donovan.
Yeah.
What the hell has gone in his brain? Yeah. What does he think he's going to achieve from lunging in like that anywhere near the man? It's not last ditch. Yeah. You're getting nowhere near the ball anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, according to the match report, he was a judge.
Yeah.
See, I'm seeing a lot of stick for Holstead, and
I've seen GBHs with less contact there. honestly, what are you doing? We all just sat there like, oh, you won't see a clear penalty.
You saw as soon as he went to dive in, you thought, oh no, what are you doing?
We had men back. There was no need to panic, was there? We had men back. I know Holstead had given it away. He shouldn't have given it away. We had all our defence there. Don't do anything silly. Donnellan should know better than that. I mean, he's one of our more experienced pros. He had a bad night all round, Tom, as we said, didn't we? I mean, he was struggling in defence. He just had one of those nights.
He's not right back. He's not quick enough. He's a good centre back. He's a decent older midfielder or centre midfielder.
But
don't dive in, though. Don't dive in, please. It's just absolute
engage your brain.
Yeah, where is your brain?
It's just. But doesn't that just sum us up?
Yeah.
And if you one reason why I think we're going to get relegated, that moment of madness, just some
in the heat of the battle, can we make the right decisions and score the goals and do the right things? It just last 3 games we've done all the wrong things. We've paid for it time and time again. So frustrating. Last 3 games we could easily have 5 points.
And that's what really pissed me.
We wouldn't have had to play great either. With the chances were there. If we'd just kept our heads, lost our discipline, lost our heads, bottled it. Absolutely. Bottled it.
And that is what pisses me off about the last 3 games is we have thrown points away.
And all the momentum's gone now, isn't it?
All the momentum's gone, absolutely. I mean, look at Dorking. They've not done anything since they beat us. They've lost the next 2. It's
everything we threw into that Barnet game was completely lost at Dorking. Confidence went.
I actually thought we were going to stay up after that Barnet game. Now I'm like, there's not just losing. We're not playing. There's just no. We're going to the second part, but there's just no fight for it.
Yeah, but the thing with Barnet was it was their 6th away game on the trot. Yeah, so maybe we played them at the right time.
Still finished them off well enough, but like
it was. But we had the great mentality that day. We were getting stuck in. We were making.
I know, but it's
every tackle was made. We had purpose all game. You can't play 20 minutes, 10 minutes here or there. We played well all that match. Yeah. We haven't continued.
But we don't do that enough. We don't do that enough.
So disappointing.
Yeah, I'm just sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of this club. Sick of some of the players that work there, and we'll go into it on the next episode. I'm sure.
Part where we've got a few. We've asked a few questions of you, and you've all replied. Talk about a few things, including the local press and just general kind of astros around the club at the moment. And banners. So enjoy that one. So thank you for watching this one. See you in part 2.
Here's Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Banyan. Sells.